Happy freaking 2026, Everygirls. Maybe you were listening to this episode right when it comes out in the last couple of days of December, so we're almost there. Or maybe it's already 2026 by the time you're listening. Either way, happy new year. I just have this feeling, okay? I have this feeling that this is really going to be the most incredible transformational year. This is going to be our year. I just feel it. First of all, a super exciting announcement that throughout the entire month of January, I have a best self challenge for you. Think of it like 4 weeks to your best life, and each week is a different theme. This week's theme is setting intentions and resolutions. But coming up, we have physical health, fitness, rich girl energy, manifestation, and every single week we will have one interview episode. And I am geeking. I cannot wait for you guys to see who's coming on this month. And then one episode each week where I give you all my tips for each theme to really implement it into your life. So you are not going to want to miss a single episode this month. I can promise you that. And then, along with all of the episodes this month, we will have challenges with different activities and content to consume with each theme or goal for each week, all tailored to becoming your best self, which you can find and follow along with on the everygirl.com. So, to kick us off on this 4 weeks to your best self challenge, this episode is part of our monthly curriculum series. And this month, we are going big. It's January, and this is your official curriculum for goal setting, intention setting, and making 2026 your best year yet with all the right resolutions in place. So, I want this episode to not only set you up for the month, but to set you up for your best year ever. And I'm going to give you all the tools today to get it. Think of this episode as your resolutions and your goal setting masterclass. It is everything you could possibly need to make 2026 your most intentional, inspired, fulfilling year yet. But first, I have to start by saying I kind of hate New Year's resolutions. Or I guess I should say, I hate the way that we've been conditioned to think about them. The foundation of New Year's resolutions is change, right? Lose weight, work out more, get a promotion, save more money. And glorifying change might be telling your brain that you're not good enough as you already are. You know, there's that phrase you hear around this time of year that's like, new year, new me. And every time I hear this phrase, I just always think, that is implying that something's so wrong with the current me or the old me. It's, of course, great to work on our self improvement and becoming our highest selves, but there is a really fine line between working toward growth and not feeling worthy as we are. You can want more and love your life at the same time. You can reach for what's next and be proud of how far you've come. And also, the reason I hate New Year's resolutions is because traditionally they just do not work. According to a US News and World Report study, 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February. So, why is it that even the best intentioned resolutions do not stick past a month? Before we get into all the tips on how to set goals you'll actually keep, I think it's also really important to talk about why resolutions fail so you know what not to do. So, why is it so hard to stick to resolutions? For one, the resolution isn't actually the right one for you. In a lot of cases, the resolutions that we think we should set are not actually what we truly want or would truly make us happy. You know, do you really want to lose 20 pounds by summer? Or is it something that you think you have to do to be worthy or more desirable? Do you really want to get a promotion? I mean, think of all that extra responsibility. Or do you just feel like that's what success looks like and that would feel validating to you? That would impress other people? Do you really want to go to the gym 6 times a week, or do you just think you're supposed to because that's what a wellness influencer that you see does in order to be healthy? We often set resolutions that we think will make us happier, more successful, or more confident or healthier. What you're really wanting out of those goals is confidence, connection, validation, genuine well being. You don't actually want to be going to the gym 6 times a week. You want to be well, you want to feel healthy. And it's really important to realize this distinction because, for example, losing weight doesn't necessarily make you more confident, just like getting a promotion won't automatically erase doubts that you have about your career. You know that concept of lifestyle creep or lifestyle inflation, where as you get a raise or you make more money, your spending also increases so you don't feel any richer than you were in your previous salary or before your bonus? Well, I think there's such a thing as resolution creep or resolution inflation, where when we make these surface level changes in our lives, like losing weight or going to the gym more, or getting a promotion or getting into a relationship, because we expect it to make us more happy or more fulfilled or more worthy, the finish line keeps moving because these things don't actually make us happier. So we get the promotion and we think, oh, I'm still not as successful as this person on Instagram or this coworker. So I'm still not happy. I still don't feel good. Or, well, I lost 10 pounds, but I still have cellulite and I hate my nose and I'm still not getting dates. Or I've been going to the gym every day and it doesn't make me feel any more worthy. Happiness is a skill, not a circumstance. I say this all the time. And resolutions, accomplishing these things, will not always get you there. So, in that case, the right resolution would be what actually would make you happy, what actually would make you feel more validated or fulfilled or worthy or whatever it is that you are actually chasing. The second reason I think that resolutions fail most of the time is when you're chasing outcomes rather than intentions. Even if your goals are truly rooted in what you want and they are the right goals for you, things don't often work out as planned because of outside influences having nothing to do with what you can control. So, for that reason, resolutions that are purely about the destination instead of the intention are setting you up for failure. For example, if you want a certain raise by the end of the year, you could do everything in your power to earn that raise, but your company might not have the money to give you that raise, even if you worked hard for it and even if you deserve it. Even if you make the best, healthiest choices and prioritize your body every single day, but you don't lose exactly 20 pounds by summer, you will feel like you failed since you didn't hit this goal instead of just feeling proud of all you did and focusing on the important part, which is how you feel. So, in this episode, I'm going to share tips for setting goals that actually bring you closer to living your fullest life, resolutions that you can actually achieve and that can significantly impact your life so you won't experience this resolution creep. You will set and achieve goals that will noticeably impact your lifestyle. Now, a quick caveat here: if you are feeling burnout, as I think a lot of people are, if you're feeling this exhaustion with self improvement and always trying to change your life and get better, I want to say this loud and clear. Yes, it is the new year, but you do not have to set goals right now. You do not have to glow up or optimize your life just because the calendar changed. There's a lot of ways to be really intentional about this time of year without making it feel like you have to set these goals. So if you are feeling burnt out or uninspired or unmotivated or just like exhausted, like let me freaking live my life and enjoy my life instead of working for the next thing and the next thing. Here are some things you can do instead of set resolutions. First one, create a list of what you are excited about in 2026, from all the big moments, a trip you have coming up, a wedding, maybe you're starting a new job and you know there's some fun things coming up, to even all the tiny things, the return of your favorite TV show that has a new season. Maybe it's just like your weekly Sunday coffee runs that you cannot wait to continue to do. There are so many things to look forward to in 2026 that have nothing to do with setting goals. You can look at this year like it's going to be amazing, not because of what you achieve, but because of what you are going to enjoy. This year does not have to be the most amazing year of your life because of the plans or the goals that you hope happen and all that you're doing to work toward them. This year can be the best year because of all the things that are already planned, that are already on your calendar, that are happening without you trying or hoping for them at all. You could also make a list recording all of the lessons that you learned in 2025 and all the different ways that you've grown in this past year. Whether that's in your career, your relationships, your life circumstances, maybe it's your well being, your happiness. I bet you can see a big difference from where you are now to this time last year if you really look for it. And when you look at where you are now compared to where you were last year, last decade, even think about 10 years ago, how much you've grown, how monumental the change actually is. It feels so much more empowering about where you are now. So you can list every lesson, every growth moment, every subtle shift that you're proud of from 2025. Instead of focusing on what we have to accomplish next all the time, it is okay to just celebrate how far we've come, knowing that we are doing better than we often think. Plus, the more that you see your progress, the more you will trust yourself moving forward. Another thing you can do is instead of setting goals about running a marathon or losing weight or eating more grams of protein, whatever it is, set goals having to do with connection. You guys know I've talked about this to nauseam about how our relationships are the most important part of our health, and yet they typically do not make their way into our resolutions. So you could set a resolution to spend more time with the people that you love, to have more fun, call your mom more often, do weekly coffee dates with your best friend or your work wife, plan more weekend brunches with your friend group, weekly date nights with your significant other. These are incredible goals that will genuinely make your life so much better, but it's not focused on what we don't have yet. And it's instead focused on what we already have that we just need more of. Another thing to do, I love this one. Create a list of what you love about yourself and what you love about your life right now. I think whether or not you're setting resolutions, I feel like we should all be doing this. But you can really say, fuck improvement or fuck changing myself because you're already pretty freaking great as you are. So make a list of everything you love about yourself, even if it takes a while to think about it. Think of the smile that you get from your dad, the strong legs that can dance all night at a bar, the ability to laugh even when you're sad, the hard work ethic that your younger self would be so proud of. What do you love about yourself right now as you already are? That's not about what you're changing or want to improve. What do you love right now? Also, record what's going well in your life. Are you close to your siblings? Do you live in a city you love? Do you have a career that you might have always wanted or that you're working toward that career? Goal setting is obviously can be really beneficial for growth, but what's the point of making goals if we can't feel happy once we reach them? So, it's also okay to take a year off or change your idea of New Year's forever and instead just focus on what you love about your life now instead of what you want to be different in the next year. You can also choose a theme or an intention for the year. You can pick one focus, whether that's joy, balance, healing, connection, whatever it is, and then you can make every decision through this lens. You will hear me ask every guest this month their theme or intention for the year. So you can use that as some inspo, but choosing just one intention can be much more powerful a lot of times than setting specific goals. What do you want 2026 to be about? What do you want your focus to be? Is it maybe a category like health or your career? Is it a keyword, a priority, an emotion like balance, happiness, self love, gratitude, confidence, empowerment, growth, expansion? I think it was Brianna Weist a few years ago who answered this question with metamorphosis. What do you want this year to look like? And then constantly go back to your focus throughout the year. Remind yourself of what this intention is and then make decisions based on it whenever you can. So, for example, if you're deciding whether to spend a Friday night going out with your friends or staying in, which option will bring you closer to your intention of balance? Self love, metamorphosis, whatever your intention is. If you're deciding to go to a workout class or take a rest day, which choice will bring you closer to gratitude or to presence? Find one focus for the whole year, and you will be subconsciously making thousands of choices to reach this one monumental goal. And then another option that I really like too is month by month themes because oftentimes we don't achieve resolutions or feel overwhelmed by resolutions because it's like this far off, like our future self version of us that we don't relate to. So instead, set these categories or these monthly themes just for like these 30-day periods at a time instead of this like overwhelming huge goal that's supposed to be this 365-day challenge. So, for example, January, maybe make it your financial wellness month where you are going to read a finance book and you're going to listen to financial podcasts and you're going to set up a budget system for yourself. And then February is for nourishing your body, where you're really going to prioritize adding in a ton of superfoods and going on walks every day. Maybe March is about adventure and you're going to book a vacation and you're going to try different things. Maybe April is all about your relationship with your technology and you're going to try to reduce your screen time. It's basically like 30 days of exploration and intention. That feels a lot more achievable and fun than 365 days to reach one specific goal that is really hard to do. This is what we do in our monthly curriculums every single month. So you can just join me along and I'll be walking you through these anyway. The key is just to set intentions rather than end goals, which means that you will be proud of yourself no matter what you accomplish while still making some major transitions and growth in various areas of your life and instilling habits in a way that actually feels sustainable and doable instead of this like overarching crazy 365-day, 12 months ahead of me, like trying to work for that goal. That's never going to feel sustainable. Now, with all that being said, if you are feeling inspired to set certain goals, or maybe there are goals that you already know that you want to accomplish this year, if you want to switch up your routines or just be more intentional about the way that you live your life and want to set goals for this year that you will actually accomplish, I got you. I have been a health coach for 7 years, and I have worked with dozens and dozens and dozens of women to achieve their goals. So, not to brag, but I really feel like I have mastered the science of achieving goals. There's a lot of things I'm not good at, okay? I cannot hold a tune to save my life. I'm not great at doing my hair. I think it always doesn't look great. But I know for a fact that I am an expert at achieving goals. And I'm sharing all of my tips with you today. So, what does it look like? What does it actually take to be in the 20% of people who succeed in reaching their resolutions and the even smaller percentage who actually feel like their life is drastically better? Here are my 9 science backed, real life tested secrets to setting goals that you will actually stick to. This segment is brought to you by Shipt, your new secret weapon for surviving the holidays without the stress spiral. You know that feeling this time of year when your to-do list is longer than Santa's naughty list? Between gift shopping, grocery runs, and realizing last minute you forgot cranberry sauce for the third year in a row, it's a lot. And honestly, I'm just not about the chaos this year. This month's monthly curriculum theme is being present because I want you to actually enjoy the season, not sprint through it. And I have a hack that will help us all be more present. This year, I'm letting Shipt take a few things off my plate so I can actually enjoy the season. Last week, I was hosting a holiday girls' night and I realized I forgot the main ingredient for the dessert. Normally, that would have meant an emergency store grocery run in heels and half a face of makeup during peak traffic. But instead, I opened Shipt, placed my order, and within a few hours, it was at my door. The night and also my sanity was saved. Shipt is the go-to for saving time and your mental peace during the holidays. You can get same-day delivery on the things you need: groceries, holiday decor, gifts, yes, even the stocking stuffers or the white elephant gift you forgot. They partner with over 100 national retailers and local favorites. Think Target, Michael's, even PetSmart. And shoppers with Shipt handle your order with the kind of care your type A brain dreams of. I'm talking text updates, thoughtful substitutions, so your order is just right. Shipt's Season of Savings event is happening now through December 28th. That means exclusive deals and serious discounts, including member-only savings. Terms apply, but you know we love a good deal. So whether it's groceries for your holiday dinner, last-minute gift wrap, or that toy your niece swore she couldn't live without, Shipt has your back. It's gifting made easy, groceries made convenient, and errands made obsolete. What Shipt really gives you is time back during the busiest season of the year. The chance to rest, to actually be present, to soak in the movie marathons and the festive parties, and maybe even finding a little time for you during all the craziness of the season. So if you're ready to make your holidays less chaotic and more present, get same-day delivery with Shipt. Download the app or sign up now at shipt.com/hi. Huge thank you to Shipt for sponsoring the segment and for keeping the holidays magical. First tip is to climb the why ladder. You may already have your resolutions in place, but do you know why you want to set those resolutions? The first step to setting any goal is always to put meaning behind it. For example, going to the gym every day or getting a raise. These are fine resolutions, but you need to look at the bigger picture goal as well. Why do you want to go to the gym every day? Is it because more strength would make you feel more confident, or because you want to live longer, to spend more time with the people you love? Why do you want to get a raise? Do you want to be more financially independent, or do you want to feel valued by your company? Do you want to have more financial freedom? Basically, once you make your resolution, I want you to go on the why ladder where you keep asking why until you get to the root. So, you want to do Pilates 4 times a week. Why? To feel stronger. Okay, why does feeling stronger matter to you? Because it would help me have more energy. Okay, why do you want to have more energy? Because I'm really driven to accomplish this goal in my career and I need the energy to do that. Like keep going until you find the deep emotional driver behind why you want to achieve your goal. At the top of your why ladder is the real goal. And that will be the goal that is actually motivating enough to last. Because, like months from now, when the newness of resolutions wear off, you won't be thinking to yourself, ugh, I have to wake up at 7 a.m. to do Pilates. I really don't want to do that. Instead, you'll be thinking, I want to wake up at 7 a.m. to do Pilates because it makes me so much more happier and more energized throughout my day. If you're not looking at the top of the why ladder, the surface level goal, that first rung of the ladder, will never feel motivating enough to last all the way until 2027. Because throughout this year, there will absolutely be times where you are too tired to work out, or you're too busy to meal prep, or you need to take a mental health day from work, or you are, having some tequila sodas and Domino's pizza with your friends on a Friday night. If you just focus on the first rung of the ladder goal, like work out every day or make more money, these inevitable parts of life will feel like failure and cause you to lose motivation. Staying focused on the why goal will be the thing that helps you to stay motivated. But most importantly, you will be listening to your body instead of external expectations. Because let's say your goal is to work out every day because you want to live a long life with the people you love. Okay, amazing. That's great. If you just focused on wanting to work out 5 days a week and you are out to dinner too late with your friends and you skip the workout the next day, that would feel like failure, right? You'd feel like, oh, well, I didn't achieve that goal today, lose the motivation, and then it spirals into probably dropping the resolution. But if you remember the overarching, the highest step on the ladder, and you remember that your real goal is to live longer for the people that you love, it becomes, oh, spending time with my friends, that is part of my goal. Even if I'm going to miss the gym tomorrow and that's okay, I can get back into it. I can do whatever it is that is actually helping me reach the goal. But it becomes a lot less like I failed my goal and instead becomes this is part of my goal too. So it's allowing you to listen to what's actually best for you instead of these guidelines and general rules that we set. Even resolutions should look like balance, not perfection. I also want you to set smaller, short term goals. The biggest mistake with resolutions or goal setting in general is people will set these goals that they want to reach by the end of next year, right? By the end of 2026, this is what I want my life to look like. And then they will stop there. So they want to run a marathon, they want to make 10,000 more dollars, they want to read 100 books throughout the year. These are all far off goals that will leave you, without a doubt, disappointed and unmotivated. When we set these big yearly goals without having a day to day plan of how to actually achieve them, that's when we forget about them by February. I've talked about before a 2015 UCLA study that found that people think of their future selves as strangers, which is why, we will procrastinate on our homework or we will put off saving for retirement. The you on December 31st of 2026 is psychologically, the way that your brain understands them, a stranger to you, meaning that making decisions today for them is really unlikely. So, to avoid this trap, break the future goals into goals that you can accomplish more immediately, more short term. So, break down big resolutions into smaller, specific goals throughout each season, each month, even each week. If you really want to read more and you're like, okay, I want to read 100 books by the end of the year, change that goal to instead like 8 or 9 books per month, and then make a weekly goal of how much you need to read per week, maybe even per day to achieve that. If you want to get healthier by the end of 2026, Start each week or each month with the goals that you want to accomplish. So this week I'm going to fit in 4 workouts. I am going to lift 10 pounds heavier than last month. I'm going to add grains to 2 meals a day. When that week or month is over, you will feel accomplished and then more motivated to set harder goals. Wellness, also goals in general, no matter what the goal is, works like a snowball. Once you accomplish a little bit, it will always snowball into more. Tip number 3 is to make your resolutions the convenient option. Treat your resolutions like any work meeting or any appointment on your calendar. Always prepare what you need beforehand. So, for example, if you work out in the mornings and that's the one time that you have to work out and your goal is to exercise more, lay out all your clothes next to your bed, untie your sneakers, even fill up your water bottle the night before. Make working out however you can the convenient option. Meal prep makes it less likely for you to resort to takeout after a busy workday. If you want to have a better morning routine, lay out your clothes, set out the meditation pillow, go to bed early so you can wake up early. Keep your blender in an accessible spot, display healthier cookbooks on the shelves, leave your yoga mat out in your living room. Having everything ready will not only make it easier to actually do the action that will help you reach your goals, but it also subconsciously puts you in the mindset that your goals will happen. When you're setting out your clothes the night before, there's no part in your brain that's going, maybe I'll skip tomorrow's workout. If you set out your clothes, it's a lot more likely that you're going to get up and work out. So you're making your resolutions the convenient choice. Tip number 4 is to try something drastically different than you did in 2025. The quote, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. That applies to improving your life. If your resolution is to get a new job and it's been the same resolution for the past couple years, what do you intend to do differently this year to get to that resolution? What habits do you have now that are holding you back from that resolution? Maybe you tend to lose 2 to 3 hours every night watching TV or scrolling social media that could be spent fluffing up your resume or making connections on LinkedIn. If every year you've wanted to lose weight in the past and it's never worked, really reflect on what didn't work for you in the past and try something totally different. Don't go through the same, okay, I'm signing up for the gym membership on January 1st. If you never stuck with the gym membership in years past, reassess your current routines and how you're spending your time to better serve your resolutions or to live the life that you actually want to live. The next tip is to schedule checkpoints throughout the entire year. Like right now, you can pause this episode. As soon as you get your 2026 planner, hopefully it's a cute Everygirl day designer planner, add in resolution checkpoints. Depending on your resolution, these dates could be weekly, they could be monthly, they could be quarterly. And this is all about setting mini goals or checkpoints to make sure that you are on track to reach whatever you want to reach by the end of the year, so that you have the metrics needed to be able to tell how close you are to your goal and what you need to still do in order to get there. So if your resolution is to save $5,000 for a vacation at the end of 2025, check your progress monthly. Have you been depositing at least $400 each month into savings? Do you need to make any changes to your budget to stay on track? Maybe are you saving more than is on track and you can treat yourself with a little $50 present here and there? Did you get a bonus and that's going to change your goals as well? These pre scheduled checkpoints allow you to reward yourself if you've met smaller goals or adjust as necessary if you've been struggling a little bit. So, having scheduled checkpoints in place will increase the likeliness that you'll hit your resolution by next December 31st. Tip number 6, practice energetic hygiene. Remember that nutrition is not just about what you eat, it's about what you read, watch, listen to as well. We are consuming so much content all day, every day. It's everywhere that it's literally draining our energy and causing us to feel numb. So, in order to stay motivated, and by motivated, what I really mean is that feeling of being so high vibrational and loving and inspired and grateful and energized that you want to show up as your highest self, you have to be aware of what you are consuming in order to sustain that energy. So fill your space and your time in ways that are inspiring to you. Read books that get you closer to your goals or listen to podcasts that really motivate you instead of overwhelm you and stress you out. Post affirmations on your mirror, your computer screen. Make a vision board with motivating images that you will see every day. Like, You know me, I will always make time for my Bravo Fridays, and I love a good TikTok scroll here and there. But we have to be more mindful and intentional about how we are living, especially with our relationships and our routines with technology. Like looking at your friend from high school's Instagram stories is likely not raising your vibration. It's probably keeping you numb. So just be mindful. I know there's a saying of you are what you eat, but I think you are what you read and watch and listen to as well. Practice energetic hygiene. Get really intentional about noticing what is draining your energy and what is investing in it. And with that, too, energy hygiene also means filtering your beliefs because your beliefs are running the show. Okay. Never forget that. So regularly notice and clear out any self doubt that says, this won't work for me, or I'm not ready for this, or I'm not good enough, or I can't do this. Your reticular activating system filters the world based on your beliefs. So make sure that your beliefs are empowering ones that are helping you achieve your goals. Tip number 7 is to track the good feelings that you get from completing your goals. Everyone always thinks of tracking your resolutions like track how many steps you got or how much weight you lifted. And like, yeah, that's helpful. But I think the most important part is actually to track how you feel after a workout or after a healthy meal or accomplishing your morning routine. Last year, I had Dr. Stacy Stevenson on the podcast, and she said that the reason why people struggle to reach their goals is because we have bad health short term memory. We forget how amazing we felt after that yoga class, or how eating a nourishing breakfast instead of going through Starbucks drive through gave us so much more energy. So, the answer to help this short term memory issue, as she calls it, is to journal about your resolutions on a regular basis. So, write about how good it felt when you finished that workout class or presented at the meeting. Like, I was feeling super low energy and motivated. And then I went to a yoga class and I felt so restored and at peace. Like, tapping into how amazing you feel is the best possible motivation. And journaling will also keep the resolution top of mind. So, you know that you will prioritize it. Focusing, of course, first and foremost on how you feel. Tip number 8 is to always have a plan B. Every session that I've had with a health coaching client, I leave them with homework assignments, as I call them, that are basically baby steps toward their bigger goals. And something super important that I've learned is to always have a plan B. And a lot of times I will also give them a plan C and a plan D as well, because unexpected things come up. And so often people just ditch what they wanted to accomplish altogether. Like, I can't make it to the gym today, so I just won't work out. We need to make the game plans for these cases. So, you slept through your alarm and you missed your morning workout, or you're extra hungry and you're not in the mood for the smoothie that you had planned. Have an easy and flexible backup plan so that you don't completely just give up when your plan doesn't work out. You slept through your morning workout. Okay, so go on a 30-minute walk after dinner, or do a yoga YouTube video before hopping in the shower. These are all great ways to fit in movement and will keep you feeling motivated even when you can't get to the gym or get in a 60-minute workout if that's your plan A. Have a few different healthy meal options as your plan Bs. Frozen Trader Joe's veggie based option. I have a ton of frozen veggies in my freezer at all times for this plan B, so that when you're not in the mood to cook a full meal from scratch, you don't feel the need to go for fast food takeout. There's like 10 steps in between. Having a backup for when your plan falls through is crucial to staying on track. And then my last tip for you is do not attempt to create a totally new routine. Instead, fit your goals into already existing routines. Another really common mistake that I see with setting goals is people go way too much too fast. They want to have a totally new morning routine or totally transformed diet overnight. The brain does not like change, okay? It is evolutionarily wired to prefer sameness. The brain has to want to stay in the tribe more than it wants to try a new hunting route, because that's the more likely option to survive. It's for safety, for survival. So the key is to build small changes into your existing routines rather than this huge overhaul. So, if you are used to waking up 5 minutes before you have to be on Slack, do not make this resolution to wake up at 6 a.m. for meditation and a full workout. Instead, just start doing a meditation while your coffee brews for a minute. Maybe do some calf raises while you brush your teeth. Maybe you go for a walk while you're on a conference call. If, I don't know, you eat pizza every night, do not plan to like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to switch to salads and steamed chicken and veggies right away. Try instead switching to a cauliflower crust pizza or adding some veggies on top, having a salad on the side of whatever meal you typically have. If you try to overhaul and change your routines, that's where people get burnout and overwhelm and ditch their resolutions altogether. There are dozens of ways to fit in whatever your resolution and goals are into your current routines rather than attempting to create a brand new routine around your resolutions. It will be so much more effective, I promise. Even if it feels like small baby steps, it will get you there so much closer than trying to do these huge goals all at once. So, now on to the monthly curriculum. Let's recap, okay? And if you're new here, for every monthly curriculum, I think it's fun. I love a theme. So, I give you homework assignments, extra credit, main objective, all the things as if it's a real class because, some parts of school were fun, right? Your main objective of this month is to set aligned, achievable resolutions that create lasting change in 2026. For your homework assignments for this month, one, pick resolutions that will mean the most to you, that will actually change your life in 2026. Do some journaling to figure out why you want to focus on this goal this year. Do the why ladder for every resolution that you set. Number two, whatever resonates with you more, choose either a yearly theme or intention or set a monthly theme for each month of 2026. You can also just follow along with the monthly curriculums, like I said. And then three, based on these goals, set up checkpoints in your calendar. It can be monthly, it can be quarterly, it can be seasonally, it can be weekly, it can be daily. Like just set up checkpoints starting now and schedule them in your planner or calendar. Some extra credit for you, for my high achievers, my class pets. Number one, make a vision board. Make it digital, physical, whatever it is, let it reflect how you want to feel. Okay. So it's all about the feeling that you get. That's how vision boards are effective. Otherwise, they just feel like a lot of pressure. If you're like, I want to look like this, or I want to be this, or like all these external validated goals, that's a lot of pressure. So instead, make every image, make sure that you have a emotional reaction to it that makes you feel really inspired or safe or at peace, like whatever the feeling that you want to feel this year, make sure that your vision board makes you feel that when you look at it. Next, extra credit, share your theme word or your intention for the year on Instagram and tag us at the Everygirl podcast so we can cheer you on. For a book to read, The Mountain is You by Brianna Wiest, especially if you haven't been able to achieve goals in the past or you might be subconsciously self-sabotaging. This one will be hugely helpful. Or Atomic Habits by James Clear if you want to build some really lasting, sustainable habits. This book gives you a great blueprint and some insight on the psychology behind habit building so you can hack your way into better habits. For something to watch, I have a TED Talk recommendation for you. Mel Robbins, who we all know, she did a TED Talk back in 2011 called How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over. It's a really powerful, motivating talk if you want to watch something aligned in our theme. That is this month's curriculum, Everygirls. That is everything you need to know to truly set insanely powerful goals and actually accomplish them in order to change your life. We get one life, as far as we know. We just get one life. And you have ideas and thoughts and desires for a reason. So, to close out our very last episode of 2025 and to ring in the new year with you, I truly, from the bottom of my heart, hope that this is your best year yet. And when I say I hope it is your best year yet, I mean, I hope this is the year that you fall in love with life. I hope it is your most aligned year, your most at peace year, the year where you fully tap into being the creator of your own reality, where you fully live like the only point of life is to enjoy it. I hope this is the year that you are more you than you've ever been. And I will be here, as always, every Tuesday and Thursday with episodes to help you get there. Cheers to 2026, and I will talk to you on Thursday. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I know I sure did. please do not forget to rate, review, and subscribe. It really makes a huge difference for our show so we can keep growing and bringing the content that you love. If you want more info, you can find us at the Everygirl Podcast on Instagram or theeverygirlpodcast.com. Talk to you next week.